For more debates, updates, and bonus content, sign up at thebigconversation.show.
The short version is I was an atheist and a skeptic, and a very proud one. And when I was challenged to read the best-selling book of all time, the one that is so best-selling they leave it off the bestseller list because it dwarfs everything else each week, as I read that book, I started to realize there was a lot of wisdom and intelligence in that book, and that it wasn't just a bunch of goofy made-up stuff that I thought it might be when I went to read it. And through a process of reading, asking questions, and many years of gathering data about it, actually, I gradually felt myself changing. I became somebody who started to believe not only that a possible God existed, but maybe it was more probable than not. And I started to see if that made a difference in my life, and then gradually started to embrace the Christian worldview. And that has actually made a huge difference in my life. Mm-hmm. So now I've run the experiment both ways, and I definitely prefer the Christian worldview.
And again, just briefly, how would you say that particular change in your own life has impacted your career, your scientific work and everything?
Yeah, it's funny when Nick was saying, we bump up against the boundary of theology. I'm reminded of Donald Knuth when he was visiting, and he's a practicing Christian, a very famous computer scientist. And when he came to speak about theology, he said, when it comes to theology, mind you, everybody in the room thought he was the world expert on computer science. He says, but when it comes to theology, I'm a user, not a developer. We aren't inventing that, right? There's some truth there that we are barely catching a glimpse of. And in my work, the more I learn about how the human mind works and how the human emotion system works and all, I'm just in awe. I'm in awe of how fearfully and wonderfully we are made. And it inspires me. And another key piece of my faith is that all people are of equal worth. And that has driven my willingness to work on topics with people who are often stigmatized for conditions that other people didn't value so much. They didn't value those people so much because they had those conditions, which is a horrible tragedy. And knowing from my faith, this view that we're all of equal worth, I have spent a lot of time learning from them. And it has just been tremendously productive in terms of just wonderful relationships, wonderful insights. And now pretty much all of our research has gone in really cool new directions because of things we've learned from their different kinds of minds.